Hey everybody, Mike and Mark Mangum, Twin Blends, Northwest Louisiana History Hunters. We're on the corner of Market and Texas Street this morning. They're taking the Dripp Donuts building down, the old Dripp Donuts building. That building is 152 years old. And you can just smell the old building as it's coming down. From over here, you can just smell how you go into an old building. You can just smell it. Kind of what it used to be. It used to be Jules Dreyfuss. Jules Dreyfuss what? Jules Dreyfuss Wholesale Grocery, and several things over the years. It was Western Auto, and it was D's Photo, and recently Dripp Donuts. And they're tearing it down because of structural damage. We've made posts on it the last several weeks about it. Anyway, we were actually out of town camping, and we found out that they were going to tear the building down. And so what we did, we got up at 3:30 this morning, headed home, got ready, came out here, and it's raining. They said that it's good that it's kind of raining because it keeps the dust down. But man, that is just cool. Mike's going across the street trying to get good pictures. Anyway, it is kind of nasty out, but sad to see it. But I'm gonna film it for just a little bit. My phone is getting wet. I didn't bring my umbrella. It's in the car. So anyway, but we're just sitting here. They're directing traffic around it. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I'm talking away. I don't have my microphone on because I had to get out the car real quick. By the time we got here, they were already in the process. But man, that building has been there 152 years. I think it's like 42 years after Shreveport was founded. And when this building was built, there were dirt roads. We found pictures back in the day when it was Jules Dreyfuss Grocery, and man, it's sad that it's coming down, but there was a lot of structural damage, and it was unsafe, and Dripp Donuts was there and had to move out, move their equipment and all. But for all y'all that wasn't able to come down this morning because of the weather and of course of the short notice, we're doing the Facebook Live so everybody can get a look. Shreveport Police Department are out directing traffic, and they're doing a great job. Construction crews are doing a good job. Hate to see this happening. Wish this building could have been saved, but over the years, it's just been, 152 years old. Like I told somebody, if you're 152 years old, you'd have a few cracks in it too. So we heard from Marty Lotion, the former curator of the Spring Street Museum, that when they built the American Tower there, that he thinks that maybe that it caused some structural damage to the building and caused it to crack and all. We don't know that for sure. That's a theory. And we were talking to Keith Kuiper, a buddy of ours, and his family used to own and run D's Photo when that was D's Photo. And he was telling us a story about it recently. He said that they didn't have a basement in the building until Western Auto bought the building, and they had to put a basement in it to put the floor jacks in for the cars. In the back, the cars used to go in the side. Anyway, and they had a basement. And then when they were building the American Tower, I guess the workers nicked a sewage line, and it filled the basement up with 3 feet of sewage in that building. And I think he said it took several hundred pounds of lime for them to put in that building to soak it up and get it out, I guess. So that was a story we hadn't heard before, and I'm sure Keith has a lot more stories of it when him and his family owned D's Photo. We're going to be making a post later today or tomorrow that shows again what all that used to be back in the day. And we'll put together a video, like I say, Mike's making a video and all of the construction, the deconstruction, the demolition. Don't know what's going to be there in this place. So we're hoping they rebuild something else there that's going to be productive, not just a parking lot. So thanks everybody for watching. In case you're just tuning in, they're tearing down the Dripp Donut building. We knew they were going to do it, but we kind of thought the rain would hold it off, the plans. And Mike and I were out of town camping at Lake Reitman State Park with my dad, my sister, and her family. And we found out through our contacts that they were going to do it this morning. So we left, packed our tent up at 3:30 this morning before the rain hit. Got in the car and come all the way, had to go to Mike's house to load up some equipment because we weren't expecting this so soon. got back here, and they had just started tearing it down. Anyway, so it's sad to see it go. But like I said before earlier, it's weird because when they're tearing the building down, you know how when you smell old buildings, you can smell that smell across the street, because that's a facade on there. And I don't know if yeah, maybe I can zoom in. It's probably blurry, but anyway, you can see that's a facade. There's bricks underneath. And those windows used to be really big, and then I guess when they put the facade over, they made the windows smaller. But anyway, you could see the dust. And they were saying, we thought that they were going to hold off on it, but they said it's kind of actually good that it's kind of raining some. The construction crew said, because it keeps the dust down. And you can still see a little dust, but it would be everywhere probably if it wasn't for that, for the little bit of rain. It's kind of slacked off here a little bit, but we're doing Mike's over here. Let's see if I can show him. He's over here walking around taking video and pictures with his camera. So we're hoping we can, put together a video. Man, it's a sad day. Yeah. After 152 years, sad day. Yeah. I mean, if we sound excited, it's not we're excited. We're just glad we got down here in time, because we were racing against the clock. Like I said, we were out of town camping at Lake Wright Patman, and we found out that they were going to do it this early in the morning, so we had to pack up our tent at 3:30.
Hope everybody can hear you.
Yeah, I know. I don't have my mic on. That's one thing we didn't have time to mic up, because we got here and they were already.
Somebody got the drone.
Yep, there's a drone up. Somebody's got a drone. We didn't get our drone up. So if we would have had time, we probably would have. Oh. I'm going to keep filming that. So, yep, this is live. Y'all seeing this is live right now. The old Dripp Donuts. If y'all are just joining us, this is the old Dripp Donuts building at the corner of Market and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. This building's been here 152 years. We didn't realize it was that. Good morning, Lalani. Yeah, we didn't realize it was that old. We knew it was old. We come across pictures in the LSUS archives of the 1890 picture when it was Jules Dreyfuss Hotel Grocery. And we started doing more research, and we found newspaper articles talking about it being constructed in 1872, right, Mike? 1872, so that'd make the building about 152 years old, and we had no idea. We had no idea it was that old. And like I say, we're sad to see it come down. Yeah, I'll restate that. That used to be Jules Dreyfuss, originally 1872 when it was built, and that's only like 49 years after Shreveport was founded. So there was dirt. All these streets were dirt. Had horse and buggy up and down the street. If these walls could talk, there's no telling. There's no telling what this would show.
Tell them
what it would tell.
Tell us about the
Yeah. I'll re-say some of the stuff I said earlier for y'all just joining. They're tearing down the old Dripp Donuts building at the corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. The building had structural cracks in it, and you could see on the facade that there was crack in the back that went all the way down from the top to the bottom. And that's just a facade over the top. So if the cracks are in the facade, that the bricks are probably worse. Mike's calling me down here. He wants me to come and film down this way so you can get a better look. Anyway, it was Jules Dreyfuss Grocery back in the day when it was originally built. And then it's been a lot of stuff over the years. Western Auto. We've got pictures that we found at LSUS archives of Western Auto. And it was these photos. And then recently Dripp Donuts. We're so thankful for the Northwest Louisiana Archives for saving all the pictures, because man, over the years you can watch this building over the years thanks to the pictures that they've saved. And like I say, we're not excited that the building's coming down, but we're excited that we got down here before they finished it, because we were out of town camping at Lake Wright Patman with with my dad, my sister, and all her kids and family. And so we were doing that. We found out they were going to do it early this morning, so we had to get up at 3:30, pack our tent up, and head this way. Ran by Mike's house, loaded up the camera and everything, and we got down here just as they started. So Mike's filming now. He's taking pictures and filming video that we're going to put together. And so, and like I was saying earlier, they're kind of glad it was raining when this happens, because it controls the dust. Because you can see that dust would be all over the place if it wasn't raining. There's a light rain here now downtown, and it's weird because you ever been in old buildings and you could smell the smell of old building? Standing across the street, when some of those walls come down, you can just get a smell of it just kind of floats over a smell of an old building. Like I say, that building is 152 years old. Let's see if I can get another close up. If I can, just not going to let, there it is. But those bricks, 152 years old. If they're going to use those bricks, I know people are probably wondering what they're going to want to do with those bricks. All right, hold on, my phone's not cooperating. It's not wanting to unzoom. A lot of people want to know what they're going to do with those bricks, and they're going to use them for something. We're going to see if we can. We're going to see if we can snag one. This is not. Hold on, y'all give me a second. This is not letting me. It's not letting me unzoom, and now I'm all zoomed in. Like, let me wipe off my phone. All right. No, it's still not letting me unzoom. Let me just stand back here. Maybe that'll help. This weather, I got my phone wet. It's not letting me unzoom. All right. Bear with me, people. Mike's getting plenty of video. So anyway, I'll stop that. I'll just, man, I wish I could get that to unzoom. All right, bear with me just a second. I guess maybe my fingers are wet. Anyway, they're tearing down the Dripp Donuts building here. There it is. There it is. Finally. Mike's getting some good video. In case y'all just joined us, they're in the process of tearing down the Dripp Donut building, corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here. This was originally Dreyfuss Grocery. Dreyfuss Grocery, built in 1872. There's been a lot of things over the years. It was Western Auto, D's Photo, and recently Dripp Donuts. And then they discovered a crack in the facade, and it ran from the top of the building down to the bottom. And if there's crack in the facade, you know the bricks were probably in bad shape too. Oh yeah, thanks to Keith Cobb, Shreveport Police Officer Keith Cobb, letting us know that they were doing this early in the morning because we thought we had time. We were camping up at Lake Wright in the state park with my dad, my sister, and her family. And we planned on getting here. We left there at 3:30 this morning, packed our tent up and headed this way. And then Keith called us and said, hey, they're planning on starting about 6:30 or 7, so we had to really book it. And we had to go to Mike's house, get his camera. Well, he had his camera, but we had to get rain gear and all that. We had to get our rain gear and come back, and luckily we're able to catch some of this. I'm gonna stand back a little bit so everybody can see it. Man. Got it about half done already, the front half. Sad to see. But the building was so old, it was unsafe. So Mike and I used to come down here at Dripp Donuts, and even then you could see the wall was kind of leaning in a little bit. But there was a huge crack on the back of it. And it was deemed structurally unsafe. And like I say, our buddy Marty Lotion, who used to be a curator of Spring Street Museum, he thinks that when they were building the American Tower there, nope, not there, sorry. when they were building the American Tower, that he thinks that when they built a walkway or something between the buildings, it destabilized the foundation. He thinks, we don't know for sure, but it is a 152-year-old building. So like I said before, if you were 152 years old, you'd probably have a few cracks too. But sad, sad day to see it go. That building has sat there in downtown Shreveport at the corner of Market and Texas Street since 1872. 152 years. There's no telling what that building has seen. I mean, that was only like 49 years, and I may be wrong, we're not history experts, but I think that's like 49 years after Shreveport was founded. These were all dirt roads, dirt streets. We have pictures from the LSUS archives from as far back as 1890 when Jules Dreyfuss grocery sat there. And then it was Western Auto. Well, it was different things, and it was Western Auto we found pictures of. We've got tons of pictures over the years, aerials and ground pictures of this area over the years. And so it's kind of sad to see that this building's been here since 1872, and now it's coming down. And people are probably wondering what they're going to do with the bricks, but I think the construction crew, somebody's going to use those bricks for something. We're going to see if we can snag one if they'll let us. Anyway, sad day, but at least we're here to kind of document it. I'll just be quiet for a minute and let y'all watch it. Down the old Dripp Donuts building, corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. Been here since 1872. It's sad, but it had structural damage that probably couldn't be repaired. It probably would have taken way too much money. And even then, it probably wouldn't have been able to be deemed safe. I was telling people earlier, they're kind of glad that it's raining a little bit because it's keeping the amount of dust down, because if it wasn't for the rain, the dust would be just all over the place. And also, when the walls come down, you can kind of get a gust of wind that comes over, and it smells like a 152-year-old building. You know how you go into a building, you can just smell that old. I mean, this is a historic day. Not a positive one, but nonetheless a historic day. That building's been sitting there 852 years. Those bricks have not seen the light of day in years, because the bricks they put up a facade sometime in the past to cover up the bricks, which I hated because the windows were beautiful. If you look at some of the pictures that we posted on Facebook over the years of this building. Back in the day, they had beautiful windows in the front and on the side. And there used to be a building that sat here. I forget, Mike would probably know the name of the building. One or two buildings sit there. And we got pictures of that back in the day. But yeah, all this used to be dirt streets when this building was built. And like I say, we knew the building was old. We had found pictures of it back in the day in the 50s and the 40s. And we've seen aerials of the 20s and 30s with it there. And then we come across I believe it was an 1890 picture of it when it was Jules Dreyfuss Wholesale Grocery. We found those pictures at the Northwest Louisiana Archives at LSUS, and we are so thankful for them, because they save all the pictures. And this is just one example of they documented over history, over time, this area right here, this building, as well as all over downtown. But you can look back as far as 1890 and see this picture. So we knew this building was at least old as 1890. And then we done more research, and we found newspaper articles from 1875, and we thought, oh my gosh, it was there in 1875. And then we found a newspaper article reference it being built in 1872. The Jules Dreyfuss building, corner of Market Street and Texas Street, downtown Shreveport. We saw it being referenced that it's being built, and we were like, wow, that building is 152 years old. Guess it won't see another birthday, sadly. Hey, Emily Herzog, you asked if Dripp was able to get the equipment out. I think they were. Not 100% sure, but I think they were. Amanda, Michael, Martin, you're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. You said thank you. Terry, you're welcome. Yeah, it is sad. Terry, yeah, thank you, Terry. Kenny Leone, I'm not sure about the Don Edwards mural wildlife scene. Maybe somebody will know. Alan, that's cool. Your dad's gas station was located at 201 Market in the early 50s. Wow, that's neat that you were able to see that back in the day. Oh, Kenny Leone, the building's farther down, corner of Texas and Market. Okay. Thanks everybody for watching. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. I'm trying to look at some of the comments now that I stop talking. Janet Melancon, sorry if I butchered your name, but you're welcome. Yeah, we're glad we got there in time too. Like I say, we said before, we knew it was coming down, but we thought we had plenty of time. And we were camping at Lake Wright Patman Friday night and Saturday night last night. And we planned on getting up early and coming back. Well, then we saw the weather was coming in, so we packed up our tent 3:30 this morning, packed it up and headed this away. We were able to go to Mike's house and get the rest of the equipment that we needed, the rain jackets and all that stuff. And our buddy Keith Cobb with the Shreveport Police Department called us and said they're fixing to tear it down, you better come on. So we were already hurrying. So we got here just as they had just knocked down just a little portion of the building. So I don't know where Mike is now, but he's getting some good pictures and video that we're going to make a post of. Thanks everybody for watching. We're going to try to stay live as long as we can. We're making a video right now. Mike is. He's making a video that we're going to upload soon and put together. Thanks everybody for watching. Let me go over here to the corner. Yep. Corner Market and Texas Street this morning, downtown Shreveport. They're tearing down the old Dripp Donuts building. We knew it was coming. Sad day, sad day. I'll repeat what I've been saying. Anybody new joining? This building, former Dripp Donuts building. Not sure if they was able to get the equipment out. We think we heard that they got it out, so we hope that's true. And it was scheduled for demo, and we didn't realize it was going to be so early. We were camping out of town, Lake Wright Patman Lake, with my dad, my sister, and all her family. And we had to end up, Mike and I got up at 3:30 this morning, packed the tent up and everything, and headed back to town because we knew it was going to start. And then on the way back, Keith Cobb, Shreveport police officer, our buddy, called us and said, hey, y'all better get down there. They're fixing to start. So we were already coming, so we had to run by Mike's house, get more equipment. We had to get rain jackets and stuff like that. And we got down here just as they started. There's Shreveport police officer out in the road directing traffic. They're doing a great job keeping traffic moving. So Texas Street is still open, in case y'all want to know. It's just down to one lane. And anyway, we got down here. They're tearing down the old Dripp Donuts building. And Mike has a camera. He's taking pictures and making a video. So I thought I'd do a Facebook Live and let everybody see it in case they weren't able to get down here. I know people are wondering what they're going to do with the bricks, and I think there's a company already slated to get those bricks, but we're going to see if we can snag a couple of them, see if they'll let us have a couple 152-year-old bricks. Sorry, I didn't shave this morning. I ain't shaved in a while, but anyway. Repeat again, we're taking the Dripp Donuts building down. Now, some of y'all are probably watching going, man, he keeps saying that over and over and over, but I'm saying it for purposes of people who just joined. They may not know what's going on. I hate to just show a building being tore down and them not really telling, because you can't really tell what it is unless you know American Tower. Anyway, Dripp Donuts building, corner of Texas Street and Market Street in downtown Shreveport, is coming down. They're tearing the Dripp Donuts building down. It was deemed structurally unsafe. There was a huge crack in the back of it all the way down, and this front wall over here was leaning. And I'm sorry, you know, I just realized my video's backwards, and I should have done my Facebook Live flip. Sorry, I know I get frustrated when I see people, but anyway, Mike is taking real photos. So, but I've been talking and pointing, and I just realized everything's backwards. So if y'all are wondering why Dripp Donuts is on that corner instead of the other corner, that's what it is. But maybe when this is Facebook Live is over, maybe I can flip it. I don't know. But like I say, Mike's getting the real video and pictures of it. This building, corner of Market Street, Texas Street, downtown Shreveport, has been here since, well, first of all, let me say, it was a Dripp Donuts building, and we knew before that it was these photos, and before that it was other things, but we knew it was Western Auto back in the day because we found some pictures of it at the Northwest Louisiana Archives at LSUS of when it was Western Auto, and we've had, up and before then, we saw other aerials.
He likes to talk a lot.
Well, I have to. Anyway, we saw other aerials of this area and knew this building's been here a long time. Then we found a picture from 1890 of Jules Dreyfuss wholesale grocery at this corner. And we're like, wow, that building was there in 1890. That's old. And then we did more research, and we come across a newspaper article from, well, it was here on the Sanborn Maps in 1875. And we found newspaper articles from 1875. We thought, wow, that building is old. So we decided to go back and really research to see exactly when it was built. And we finally come across an old newspaper article, Shreveport Times newspaper article from 1872, talking about the Jules Dreyfuss building that was built, and it was being built, and that paper read I think it was April 30th, 1872. So that means that building was 152 years old. So anyway, I know people are probably screaming this backwards, and I just realized that because I was in such a hurry because they were tearing the building down. It was raining, and I hit go, and I didn't flip the picture. So, but anyway, at least y'all are getting to see it come down. And Michael, like I say, Mike's going across the street, different angles. He's way down there on Market Street now, getting an angle from the back because they're fixing to start working on the back. And he'll be able to get that, but at least he's going to get video pictures of it coming down. He's waving at me. Oh, he's waving me come down there. Well, I got to walk across this busy street. So. Okay, I got to hurry. There's a car coming. Yeah, I can see that. He was waving at me way down there. Let me wipe off my screen. It's getting all wet. So y'all bear with me. I got to wait for the traffic. They're waving people. Okay, they're turning. I can go. Hopefully they're turning. Alright. Man, that's sad. These photos. Dripp Donuts. Western Auto. Jules Dreyfuss. All that's been over. That's been that building for years. Like I say, there's Shreveport Police Department. Y'all doing a great job. They're looking at me like, what are you saying? Well, I would have thought they were taking that Dripp Donut sign off. Maybe they are. Sure they are. You know what I'm thinking about doing? I think I'm going to stop this Facebook Live, flip it, and start another Facebook Live. So y'all hold on. Y'all hold on just a minute. Oh man, fixing to do the bucket right there. Okay, we're back, part 2, and I'm gonna turn the phone horizontal now. I was doing vertical because I was gonna do reels, and then the Facebook Live popped up and did that, so sorry it was vertical, but Mike's got good pictures and video coming. But Mike, are they fixing to take down this part, you think? Okay, let me come over here. Hopefully you get the watchers coming back. Oh, you can't really see anything from this way. I may go to the other side because you can't really see it. You're going to film this side, right? Yeah, hold on one second. Hold on. I think we may be fixing to do it. Hey, we want to thank Sergeant Hyde Pan and Lieutenant David Keezer. He's out here today. I talked to him. He follows us on Facebook, but he's out here today directing traffic and stuff. I was hollering at them. They were looking at me. I was like, y'all doing a good job. They just blanked. They just looking at me like with their nice eyes. Yeah. You're out here directing traffic. And did you throw in the crack right there? Yeah, I'm going to do better. I think. All right. Kind of, if we can see. Okay, this thing is all.
Oh, here comes Dave.
Okay.
Hey, Mark. It's David.
Hey, David. Just want to put you on Facebook Live. Doing a good job. Doing a good job, man. I hollered at him. They just looked at me like I was crazy. I think because I jaywalked. It's a big dude. You don't mess with this dude. He's a big dude. Yep. We appreciate what y'all doing out there.
I love being done. You know, I've been working downtown since 2006. And you get to watch all this stuff change up over the years.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate all you do for the street for us, too.
Yep.
Y'all do a great job. Except for Keith Cobb.
Yeah, Keith Cobb.
He's useless.
He's probably asleep now. Now we know he's at the police station at the desk, but he called us and told us they started.
He's the one that told Keith.
Oh, you told Keith? Oh,
He did tell me
Keith, you didn't tell us that. You didn't tell us that.
He patrol for years.
Yeah.
Keith acted like
He just said that. He said that.
Keith acted like he the one that found out. He didn't tell us where he got it from. But yeah, we got here. And
I'm waiting for him to pull this other side now. But
I'm gonna go back around front, Mike. So you gonna get this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back around front. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Anytime, guys.
All right, thank you. Hey, don't look. I'm gonna jaywalk. Got that ain't tape. I don't know why I'm looking that way. There ain't no cars coming from that way because it's one way. Me and Mike always get each other. We're walking downtown. We're like, watch out. And we're like, oh, man, it's a one way. There ain't no cars coming from that way. Anyway, Dripp Donuts building. They're tearing it down. I guess they're going to remove that sign, you would think. Anyway, we're downtown. Hope y'all can hear me okay. Didn't have time to really mic up. So, old Dripp Donuts building, corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. They're tearing it down because of structural damage. If you can see, you saw the crack in the back. I don't want to zoom in because a while ago I zoomed in and couldn't get it to unzoom. There's some cracks in the facade there. And that facade is, I think it's like 2 layers of facade covering up the bricks. So if the facade is cracked and stressed, you know what the bricks probably look like underneath it. 152-year-old bricks there. And I know what people are thinking. Oh, sorry, I'm probably pointing at the ground. It's kind of hard to see. I know what people are thinking. They're thinking, what are they going to do with the bricks? Well, I think there's a company that's going to come and get the bricks. And we're going to see if they let us have a couple of them, hopefully. Yep, that building, 152 years old. Guess it won't be another birthday, sadly. We're not excited about it coming down, but we were excited that we got down here before it really started. We got here, they just started it. So anyway, in case y'all are just joining, that's the old Dripp Donuts building at the corner of Texas Street and Market Street in downtown Shreveport. They're tearing it down due to structural damages. And like I said, that building, we knew it was old because we found some pictures back at the LSUS archives, back when it was Western Auto in the 50s, and Dee's Photo, I think in the 70s and 80s, and then it sat vacant for a long time, and then Dripp Donuts came in, and we used to go there and have coffee and donuts because we just loved coming downtown Shreveport. And then we found out that it had structural damage and it was going to have to be torn down. But anyway, so we started looking to find out how old the building was, and we had a picture, an old picture we had found at the LSUS archives that said Jules Dreyfuss, wholesale and grocery. We didn't really know where it was because I don't think it said on the envelope. We were doing research and it said Jules Dreyfuss, wholesale and grocery, corner of Market and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. And we're like, wow, that is what that building is. And it matched up, all the pictures from the 1920s, 30s, all the windows, everything matched up. And we thought, okay, that building is at least from the 1890s. Then we got to look at the Sanborn Maps. I think that's maps that the fire department made up, or forgive me if I'm wrong, Mike knows more about that, but it shows all the, like an aerial drawing of all the buildings in downtown Shreveport every year, and for, I guess for insurance purposes. And it showed that building there in 1870, I think it goes back to 1885. And we knew it was 1885, and then we found newspaper articles talking about it from 1875. And we're like, man, that is old. And we got to doing more research, and we found a newspaper article that talked about it being erected at the corner of Market and Texas Street, the Jules Dreyfuss Wholesale Grocery. And we thought, we got a picture of that. And holy smoke, April 30th, I think, 1872 is when the article was talking about this building being built, erected. And we're like, man, that makes that building 152 years old. And we were so excited because we thought, man, I bet nobody knows that that building is 152 years old. And I know people say, man, I hate this being torn down, if they could saved it. But actually, I mean, if you were 152 years old, you'd probably have a lot of cracks in you anyway. And then we heard from our buddy, the former curator of the Spring Street Museum, Marty Lotion, said that when they were building the, let's see if I can point right, when they were building the American Tower behind it, that somehow that may have destabilized the foundation there on that. So we're not sure if that's true or not. But, and then we had a story that Keith Kuiper told us when his family owned and ran Dee's Photo that used to be there. He said that there didn't used to be a basement in this building originally, and when Western Auto bought the building, probably 1940s, 1950s, they had to make a basement, I guess, for the lift. He said for the lift of the cars and stuff, so they had a basement. And he said that when the workers were building the American Tower, they nicked a sewage line, and it filled up the basement of that Western Auto with like 3 foot of sewage. He said it took several hundred bags of lime to, I guess, to soak it all up before they could get it all out. And I'm sure it smelled bad at Western Auto back in the day for a long time. Anyway, just a cool story that Keith told us about that. But, and like I say, for y'all just joining, they're tearing down the old Dripp Donuts building at the corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. Let me switch hands. This hand's getting tired. Oops, got my hand showing. Anyway, we knew that we was going to take it down today, and we thought we had a lot of time to come down. We were actually out of town at Lake Wright-Patman State Park camping with my dad, my sister, and her family. And we found out that they were going to tear it down starting pretty early. So Mike and I, knowing it was fixing to rain, didn't want to be packing up a tent at 5 in the morning when it's pouring rain. So we got up at 3:30 and left. Anyway, where's he at? Okay, he says come here. I guess he's back over there. He is. Anyway, we packed our tent up 3:30 in the morning, headed this way, which is a good thing because we got close to town, and our buddy Shreveport police officer Keith Cobb told us that they were starting like 6:30 or 7. So we were like, really had to hook it, get home, get our rain equipment. Mike had his camera, but we wanted to get rain equipment and all that, our rain jackets and stuff like that. And we had some other stuff. We got our mics and GoPro. Of course, we didn't have time to put our mics on, so hope y'all can hear me okay. We got here just as they were knocking the first portion of the building down, and Mike's making a video, and I thought I'd jump on Facebook Live, and I started a Facebook Live and ran for a while, and I thought I'd stop it and then put it in horizontal view so y'all could see more. Plus the picture was flipped. I was in such a hurry I forgot to flip the picture right, so everything was backwards. Anyway, there's the Dripp Donuts building. Oh, they're tearing it down now. Hopefully Mike got some good shots of that, because I left to go back to the front. What we missed?
We're gonna have to move the brother out the way.
Okay. Come on, Mike. Let me go get Mike. Break the news to him. You got to come out of the corner. See, I get to tell Mike, get on out the corner. He said you got to come out the corner in case that building falls out of the way. Are we good right here? Okay. Okay, we're gonna try to. Gotcha. Y'all are doing a great job. Hate that y'all have to do it, but
Done got me in trouble.
he said we're gonna have to move your brother. I said, let me tell him. Man, hope I don't come this way. You better be ready to run, Mike.
Good shot, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this one. Kind of looks like a smiley face, the eyes and the windows, the eyes. And yeah, well, it's not a smiley face. It looks like a sad face. It looks like a frown. See how the mouth looks like it's turned down at the corner. Yep, sad day. Like I say, we're sad it's coming down. We're excited that we got here in time to film it, because the building's been up 152 years, and we were so bummed thinking we were going to miss it. We'll just see this side come down right here. We would have a drone up in there, but we didn't have time to get it and set it up. And we have Mike's filming and camera and video, and I'm doing Facebook Live. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Hope y'all can hear me okay. I hope y'all can hear me okay, because I didn't have the time. Hey, can y'all hear me okay? Somebody let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Nobody's saying anything, so maybe I'm just videoing. Can y'all hear me okay? Tim, Summerall? Oh, you can? Aunt Ned, Bly? Oh, I'm sorry. I probably butchered your name.
Great guy, he's never gonna stop talking.
Anyway, I'm glad you can hear me. Thanks for telling me that. Stacy, thanks for telling me. Lindsay, thanks. Okay, we're back. It shut me off of Facebook Live for some reason. Brittany's watching. Brittany, you better go open that glass hat. You better go open the glass hat, Brittany.
Yeah.
We coming down.
BB, we're on our way when we leave here, so get down there.
Start cooking our BLT right now.
BLT. They ain't gonna say nothing.
Don't come back with no sassy comments.
Hey, go ahead and plug the Glass Hat Cafe one here.
Yeah, y'all need to go to Glass Hat Cafe when you're downtown. Not today and not Monday. It's closed. Tuesday through Saturday. At the corner.
Our meet and greet.
Yeah, we have a Twin Blends meet and greet this coming Saturday, actually. Y'all come down to the Glass Hat. Anyway, they're tearing down the Dripp Donuts building. We're at the back of it, in case y'all are wondering. I've posted a couple live videos already, which y'all can go back and watch when this is done. We're not excited that the building's coming down. Sorry, but our excitement is that we got here on time to film it, because we thought we were going to miss it. We were out of town camping. We were out of town camping with my dad, my sister, and her family. And we knew the rain was coming in, so we thought, well, we'll just get up at 3:30 this morning, head down here, beat the rain. And it's a good thing we did, because on the way, our buddies, police officer Keith Cobb, called us and told us that they're starting at 6:30. So we got here just in time to start filming some of it.
Tell them why. The rain's better.
Yeah, the construction crew said that the rain is better when it's raining because it keeps the dust down. If you look at some of our Facebook Live video from earlier this morning, you can see a big cloud of dust go up, but the rain keeps it from like drifting, and so it kind of keeps it in check. And like, I was across the street, and every time a wall would come down, a big wave of wind would come over, and you ever smelt like an old building, been into an old building, smelt it? I love that smell, because we love going in old buildings. Anyway, a big wave of that smell come across. You could smell that old building coming down, because that building, like we said, first of all, if you've been watching our post, you'll know that we've had pictures of this building for over the years. It was recently Dripp Donuts, and they had they're tearing it down because of structural issues. It was unsafe. Before that, it was vacant for a long time. It was Western Auto one time in the 40s and 50s, 60s maybe. Western Auto. Then it was D's Photo also. Our buddy Keith Kuiper and his family owned D's Photo. And we knew it was old because we had aerials that we found at the Northwest Louisiana Archives at LSUS over the years of this building being here, from like the 1920s and 30s at least. And then we had come across a picture. Well, we saw the newspaper that Jules Dreyfuss grocery used to be here, and we thought we found a picture of that at the LSUS Archives. So we got to looking back at our files, and we found it, an old picture from 1890 of Jules Dreyfuss Wholesale and Grocery Wholesale. And we thought, man, that building's at least from 1890. So we started doing research, and we saw the Sanborn Maps, went back to 1885, and it was there on the Sanborn Maps in 1885, along with newspaper clippings from the Shreveport Times. And then we thought, well, let's just search and see how old this building is. And so we found a newspaper article from 1875, and we thought, man, that is old. It's mentioned it being there. And then we saw an article that talked about it being erected at the corner of Marshall Street and Texas Street, not Marshall, Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. And that date on there was April 30th, 1872. So that building was built in 1872, which means that building is 152 years old.
Celebrated his last birthday.
Yep, it won't be celebrating another birthday, unfortunately, but we're excited that we got down here at least to film it, because we've missed so many buildings in the past being torn down that we wish they wouldn't have torn them down, but we hated we missed them. We were there to document it, but we were able to document this one. We would have had to drone up, but it was raining, and we were in such a rush getting back from the camp, and we wanted to get the film and video.
Lynn Parker says she loves Keith Cobb. She loves her Keith Cobb.
Really?
I'm glad somebody
Lynn,
loves Keith Cobb.
why do you say that for? Don't give him a big head.
I'm glad somebody loves Keith Cobb.
Yeah. Amy Trammell, thanks for watching. Judy, thanks for watching. Judy Cood. Sorry, I'm trying to read this and talk at the same time. Thank y'all for watching. Keep watching, because we're going to stay here as long as we can. My part 2, this is part 3, but part 2 cut off for some reason.
Probably ran sideways in part 3.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think I would.
There's a brick out in the street. He didn't make it.
Maybe he's trying to pinch that.
He's trying not to get it.
He's talking to him, directing him. And we may be in the way. Okay, Mike's gonna come over. Oh man, I hope I didn't pause it. Nope. You gotta forgive me, it's raining. You can see the drip. Yeah. probably too dangerous to get up there and do that. Oh, arms. I should have brought a tripod. Okay, this is tricky trying to turn this thing. Brittany, the live feed died? Yeah, part two died. This one's still going, so you're on the wrong feed probably. Let us know when you're going. No, it's showing still live, so part 2 died for some reason, but luckily it died before they started on its end. We might have to go across the street. You sure? I'm trying to get a straight view of this phone backwards, so. Well, we talked about the sign too. Wonder why they didn't get it, but it could be because, let's see who asked that. Charles Allen. We thought the same thing, but it could be because maybe it was too dangerous to get up there. I don't know. They would have had to unbolt it from the wall, maybe. We'll find out and let you know.
Hey, get Mark. Go up there and grab that sign real quick. Undo it.
It was probably too unsafe for them to even do that. Tell them to ask us. Goodbye. See if I can get that. I think I'm getting the worst picture here, guys. Alright, I'm gonna go back to where I was. We don't know that for sure, Mike. We're telling everybody that. Right. The view's good? Okay, good, thanks. This one out here, Charles, you talking about that view? I ain't talking to you. Yeah, my part 1 video was backwards. I was so, thanks Charles, appreciate that, let me go. Yeah, I was so excited getting here early. Excited that we didn't miss it, not excited it was coming down. But I started the Facebook Live before I realized that the picture was flipped, because on Facebook Live it's always flipped until you go into settings, and I was in such a hurry I didn't realize it towards the end of that video. I'm like, wait, everything's backwards. People are probably wondering why is everything backwards, because Jeremy didn't fix it. Anyway, got it right now. Hey Mike, I'm gonna go around the front. I'm gonna go around that side.
They say you just barely hear you all that.
Oh, y'all can just barely hear me? Well, I'm trying not to have my face in the... I didn't have time to put my microphone on, and I don't want my face to be in the shot. I know nobody wants that. Hey, Mike, I think I need to go around the other side where they're doing all the work. Huh? Well, I probably need to be across the street and get a good shot.
Yeah, I guess you can. Don't get hit.
I'm not. There's a car. Okay, y'all don't want to see that garage, do you? That's where the Captain Shreve Hotel sit. Okay, now. We got a biker gang coming here. Bikers, and I think it's a tour or something. The reason I'm over here is because they're fixing to take down this wall next, I believe. I'm gonna walk down to the front because I know people want to see what's happening. And the reason we were over here is because they just tore down the back of it. And I think he may be coming for this wall now. But the crane operator was saying he couldn't see it. So they got a guy with a walkie-talkie over there letting him know what's going on. Must be difficult work. Look at that old brick, guys. Look at the brick. Look at that brickwork. I would zoom it in, but a while ago I zoomed it in. And I couldn't get it to unzoom because of the rain. Oh, great. Now I just got fog on the lens. Wait, I'm wiping off the back of it. There we go. Oh, here it goes. I was going to head to the front too. I'm glad I didn't. Sad that the Dripp Donut building is coming down. Look at that old brick on top. That old brickwork. That brickwork was from 1852. That's how old that building was. I'm trying to tell Mike come over and take pictures from this side. Look at that. I hate to see that. It makes me sick. Sad for those bricks. Man. I know some people are asking what they're going to do with the bricks. I think that they've already promised those bricks to some company or something. But maybe we can snag a brick or two for history purposes. Hey, Kathy Blankenship. That's a friend of ours. She's watching. Thanks for watching, Kathy. Thanks everybody for watching. It is so rainy and nasty out here. So we're getting out here so y'all don't have to. Okay, sorry for my face being in the camera, but I gotta always check, make sure I'm not pointing at the ground. Lisa Krause Richardson, thanks for watching. See you popped up there. Sorry, I keep trying not to be in the shot. Am I in your shot, Mike? Man, Mike, did you see that brickwork at the top? Man, that was beautiful. Man, I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that's extremely loud. Okay, in case y'all want to know what this video is, it's the Dripp Donut building being demolished. Corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. There's the intersection right there. Right across from Standard 509. This building, historic building. Oh, hey, Cheryl Terrio. Cheryl Terrio Evans. We knew her as Cheryl Terrio back in the day. But thanks for watching. Cheryl. Yep, I said we know Cheryl. I told her that. Yep, the old Dripp Donuts building, it was deemed structurally unsafe. So it had to be tore down, and we knew the building was old. But back in the day, we've seen pictures. We've seen aerials and pictures that we found at the Northwest Louisiana Archives at LSUS of this area when it was Western Auto back in, well, it was Dee's Photo, and then Western Auto, I think in the 40s, 50s, and other things over the years. And we knew the building was old because we've seen aerials of it and ground pictures from the 20s and 1920s and 1930s. And we had come across a picture of a Jules Dreyfuss wholesale grocery in downtown Shreveport, but we really wasn't sure where it was. And then we found a newspaper article that said that it was at this location at the corner of Market Street and Texas Street, downtown Shreveport. And we said, hey, that's the Dripp Donuts building. It's the same building. You could tell over the years. You could tell they at some point. I guess before Western Auto, they put a facade around it and covered it up, but the windows, everything's the same. And so we said that building was, that's the Jules Dreyfuss building, the same building from 1890. We said, man, that's old. We said, and we looked at the Sanborn Maps, and we found the Sanborn Map from 1885, as far back it showed it there. And we're like, man, that is old. And we found newspaper articles from 1875, and we're like, man, let's go see how far back we can go. We found a newspaper article that was talking about the Jules Dreyfuss wholesale grocery being built at the corner of Market Street and Texas Street, downtown Shreveport, and the date, it was talking about it being erected. They were building it at that time. The newspaper article, I believe it was April 30th, but the year was 1872. So that means that building is 152 years old. So that building has seen, I think, sorry, I'm watching this and trying to talk. 1872, that's like, I think, what, 49 years before, 49 years after Shreveport was founded. So that building was almost here when Shreveport was founded. Walls behind. There was dirt streets, dirt roads back in the day. Man, glad we got here to document this. Sad to see it go, though. Sad day. The building's 152 years old and won't see another birthday. Sorry, I'm trying to do this. Okay, Mike's filming that side. I'll go around to the front, the other side. Oh man, that gust of wind, you can smell. You ever been in an old building and smell the old building? That's exactly what it smelled like. I love that smell. We love that smell because that just is the smell of history. The smell of history. Shreveport Police Department doing a great job directing traffic. This town, Texas Street is open. It's just down to one lane. The street lights are out because they're directing traffic. And here's the train in the distance. Man, sad day. Look at that cloud. Actually, the construction crew said that it's best whenever it's raining because it keeps that dust from, man, I can smell that dust from way over here. But it keeps it from spreading, this rain does. Karen with Feed Hester, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Vicki Matthews, thanks for all tuning in. Man, not much left of it. Nancy Elizabeth Brock, thanks for posting this. Y'all are great. Thank you so much. I don't know about us being great, but thanks a lot. We're glad we were able to get down here and bring this so y'all can see. Yep, Dripp Donuts downtown on Market. Melanie Riviera. Yep, what it used to be. Among other things, but that was the latest thing it was. see if I can go a little bit closer. Right there. Yeah, yeah.
I represent Dripp. I got probably that ticket.
Yes, sir, definitely. Doing Facebook Live right now on Twin Blends. We're glad that we got down. We were out of town camping, and we knew it was coming down. So we left at 3:30 and came back. Wow. And you got here just in time. 152-year-old building. That's incredible.
Pretty amazing.
It does have that old window, doesn't it, back there? We were one. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I know you couldn't hear me. My hand hit the mute button in the rain. I couldn't get it to come off mute. So I know Brittany, I know y'all couldn't hear me, but we're going again. This rain has been terrible on my phone. I'm sitting here recording. It's like when I try to touch something, if my fingers are wet, the screen's wet, it won't cooperate. So they ain't gonna tell me what I was filming that last time, trying to clean off my screen. Can y'all hear me okay? Smell that building. You can smell. That's voice. Damn. Hey Debbie, Sing and Pray. Can you hear me okay? Eric Martinez, can y'all hear me okay? Buddy Eric Martinez. Woodlawn High School. Man, you can just smell that old building. That way the dust comes by. Oh, you can't hear me? I can't scroll back. My fingers are up. Trying to watch the comments. Dripp Donuts building, corner of Market Street and Texas Street, downtown Shreveport. Former Dripp Donuts building, been demolished. With structural damage from over the years. Try not to hit the mute button this time. Let me know if the video's okay, if the sound's okay. David Strong, Woodlawn boy. Yay, Woodlawn. He's south here. Just kidding. We'll go southward too. Sounds good. Thanks, Stacy. Stacy Lane. Thanks. Okay, what are we doing? I keep getting notifications pop up on my phone. So I'm having to look at that and exit off. Okay, I'm back. This time I got an umbrella because this rain is playing havoc with my phone. keeps muting, and screen will freeze, and I can't zoom, and this rain. I just finally had to go break down and go get the umbrella out of my car so my phone won't get wet. So hopefully it works after today. Can y'all hear me okay? Is the audio working okay? And video, let me know. Mike's around on the other side recording that video, so I thought I'd come around over here. Wow, you can still see that window frame. That 152-year-old window frame, that wooden window frame in the back. They had covered it up with the facade over the years. Mike skipped video from the other side of pictures. You can see that dust. Hey, Sue Birch, thanks for watching. Can you tell me if y'all can hear me and if the video and audio is good? There's Stacy again, Stacy Ling. Is my video okay and my audio? Oh, Stacy, thank you. Thank you. Got the bricks over there. They're putting back. I know people have been asking, oh, thanks Sue, thanks Eric. Thanks for letting me know the audio and video is good. You never know with this rain. This is like part 5. I don't know if there's a limit to Facebook Live time, but it cut me off a couple times, and then the rain, my screen would freeze up, and I couldn't zoom, couldn't mute. This rain, I finally had to break down and go get an umbrella. Probably saved my phone a little bit. Mike's on the other side getting video and pictures. The old Dripp Donuts building, corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. The old Dripp Donuts building. Before that, it was Dee's Photo. And I think it's set vacant for a while. It was the Western Auto at one time. Been several things over the years. Started out as Jules Dreyfuss Wholesale. We got pictures, a picture from 1890 of the building. And we found a newspaper article in the Shreveport Times online. An article from, I believe, April 30th, 1872. So it was talking about this building being erected at that time. So that building was 152 years old. Sadly, it turned 152 in April, I guess, or sometime this year. Sadly, it won't see another birthday, but we're so excited we are here to document it. We're not excited that it came down. Kind of really, really sad, but we're excited that we got here in time. We were out of town camping at Lake Wright-Patman State Park with my dad, my sister, and her family, and we knew the rain was coming, and we knew they were going to demolish this starting today, but we didn't realize how early. But we wanted to beat the rain, so we packed up our tent at 3:30 this morning. In the morning, 3:30 a.m., left the campground, and on the way here, our buddy, police officer Keith Cobb, found out that they were starting about 6:30 to demolish. So we had to hurry up and get home and get some rain clothes and equipment and stuff. We had the camera and all already planned, but we had to run it. We didn't plan on the rain, I guess, and we had to run home and get that. We got back just in time when they just started. So we're not excited that it's coming down, it's being tore down, but we're excited we got here because we felt like we owed it to the history of that building to be here and document it. There's so many buildings in downtown Shreveport that's been demolished over the years. And I know people are wondering why this building couldn't have been saved, but it was just deemed structurally unsafe. It probably would have been no way to really make it totally safe and for people to go in. Hate to see it go down. And people are wondering probably what they're going to do with those bricks. I think the company's already been contracted to get the bricks. So we're going to see if they'll let us have one for history. Oh, that's sad. Thanks for everybody watching. We have this is like part 5, so you can go back and watch almost from the start. We started a Facebook Live. The first video, part 1, is vertical because I was going to do a reel, then decided to do a quick Facebook Live, and so I left it vertical, and I forgot to flip the screen, so everything was backwards. But maybe I can flip it after it produces. But anyway, the part 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all going to be vertical, and hopefully not flipped. Maybe taking a break now, figuring out how they're going to do the back of it. Mike's coming over here. He's been filming and taking pictures of the other side. So we got here almost at the start. Mike's coming over here. Yeah, you tell him.
Okay. Well, we got a real quick break real quick. This is Mike with Twin Blend. I want y'all to look. Let me see if I can. Yeah, let's walk over out that part and get pointed.
Standing here in the front of the car.
Okay.
Stop right there.
You see that? I want to point. Let's see if I can point.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, yeah. That building right there on the corner, that is the building that's just destroyed.
Yeah, if you could see, tell them where it says
It says cafe. It says
Whiteway Recreation Parlor.
Yeah, Whiteway Recreation Parlor. And that building right there on the right. This is a Graybill picture.
Yeah.
Graybill picture taken in 1924. But that building right there is what buildings come down. The next building is the Phoenix Hotel, and so the Phoenix Hotel has seen this building be here, and all different businesses.
Okay, while you're stumbling, this is where that picture was taken. It was by Birch and Bill Graybill back in what? 1920, like 24, and it was taken with that view looking down this way. Yep, and you can see you'd be able to see the old Dripp Donuts, the building there on the right. And like I say, it started out as Jules Dreyfuss Wholesale.
Yep.
Oh, before I forget, the owner for the Dripp Donuts was standing here, and he asked if we was Twin Blends. He said he wants to talk to us before we leave.
Okay, good deal.
So he was excited that we were here. I told him we were Facebook Live, and he said, I didn't know y'all could do that. I'm like, yep. Yeah. I'm going to pull up pictures of Dripp Donuts so you know all the pictures if I get to it. Oh, yeah, you pull those up, and while they're taking a break, we can show them. Yeah, they probably, people wondering, and we were wondering why they didn't take the Dripp Donut sign off. We'll find out, but it's probably because it was probably too unsafe to even be near that wall, because you know, if it fell in, it would be all kind of liability. So, I mean, you can always replace the sign, but you can't replace people. And people were asking if they got all the equipment out. I believe they did. Not 100% sure, but when we talk to the Dripp Donut owner, we'll ask. Okay, we're talking about the history. Oh, wait, look at that. That's an I-beam. That's probably a steel I-beam they were talking about. Is that I-beam or is that tin? Oh, that's not steel. That's like tin. Man, when the Dripp Donut owner was in there, I said, man, that's the old framed wood. And he said, yep, you can see it back there. Look. This is the Jules. That's the Jules Dreyfuss. Hold on, right there. Jules Dreyfuss Grocery. That was in the 1890s right there. Okay, this was in the 1920s. You can see that building there. That was Dripp Donuts. Then there was the 1920s. Then that's Jules Dreyfuss that owned it. Okay, this is the 1890s. Building where the arrow's pointing. That is the building that's being destroyed right now. Sorry. And there's when it was Western Auto. There's us eating our Dripp Donuts. There's I forget her name. Quit touching the screen twice. Sorry. And then there's the side of it that just crumbled a while ago. But anyway, this is kind of long. Yeah, if you go to Twin Blends and type in Dripp Donuts or Western Auto, you'll be able to see all those pictures. Man. Mike, man, when I was telling them, you could smell it too when the walls come down, that dust came over. You could smell a 152-year-old building.
Yeah. I got to get my umbrella and I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, my phone it was freezing, and he ain't listening to me. He walking off. He don't care. Wayne Lupo. What's up, Wayne? How's you watching our video? Yeah, they're tearing it down, man. It's sad. At least we got down here in time. Sorry my face is in the camera a little bit. I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting a good video and I'm not pointing toward the ground. And like I say, if you can hear the excitement in my voice, it's not because we're excited that this building's coming down, because we're not. We want to stress that. We're excited that we got down here before they did all that, and we were able to capture it on video and pictures. Because there's so much of this downtown Shreveport that we missed. We didn't see the Washington Erie coming down or any of that. But we know people who got film and pictures at the LSUS archive. Man, that pole's been up there for, man, that's in all the old pictures. That corner post, well, it's still, the corner one's still over there. He's fixing to get it in a minute.
I must have lost my umbrella.
Look at that facade right there. Yeah.
Off my umbrella, it may be under the rubble.
Under the rubble?
The Logan Mansion commented, this rain is like tears coming down.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's a great analogy.
Yep.
It is.
The Logan Mansion commented, the rain is like tears coming down over this building being destroyed.
That's a great analogy right there. Couldn't have said it better.
Yep. I guess, like I say, my umbrella's floating around.
Don't worry about your umbrella. Man, my phone was freezing up. It was muting. And Brittany's like, we can't hear you. And it would stop, but it was because of my phone was getting wet.
Oh.
And I was touching the screen, and it wasn't registering my fingers. No heat, I guess. Man, he's way up there on that. Man, I'm so glad we were up here to get that. Why don't you go around and film the other side?
I filmed a lot of it.
Well, I got this side. We don't need to double film. See, I get the boss in for a change. Don't tell him I said that. Yeah, Shreveport. Well, this building had to come down, really. It was 152 years old. There was so much structural damage. And we agree that they could save some stuff, but this building, it would have been just too unsafe, I think. It would have been nice if they could have fixed it, but I just think it was probably beyond hope. It got, maybe over the years, if it would have been strengthened and fixed and stuff, I don't know. We're not construction engineers, but there's so many buildings downtown that needs attention as soon as possible so they don't get to this point. I think this building, I mean, the owners kept it for all the years they could. Wasn't their fault, but it's just, this building is so old, and probably the damage was probably done years and years ago to the point where it should have been helped. All right, for y'all, just for those people just joining, this is the former Dripp Donuts building at the corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. The old Dripp Donuts building, it was deemed structurally unsafe a little while back, and they scheduled it for demolition. And we're happy that, oh, there's the steel beam. I bet that's some of the beams they were talking about in the 1872 article about the steel being the steel facade or the steel front inline. I forgot what they called it in the article. Something about steel beams being erected. But yeah, this building, like I say, they condemned it, structurally unsound, so they scheduled it for demolition, and we were so excited we got down here in time to document it. I mean, got mixed emotions. We're sad, extremely sad that it's had to be torn down and couldn't have been fixed, couldn't have been saved. But we're happy that we got down here to document it, because we were out of town camping and we planned on coming back in. We just didn't realize they were going to start so early. And so we knew the rain was coming, so we packed up our tent. We were at Lake Patman State Park with our dad and our sister and her family. And Mike and I packed up our tent at 3:30 this morning to beat the rain and get back in town. Well, it's a good thing we did, because our buddy Shreveport police officer, sorry, forget your rank, Keith. Anyway, Keith Cobb called us and said, y'all better get down here, because they're going to start about 6:30. And we barely had time to run back by Mike's house and get rain gear and come back. And just as we got here, I think they just knocked down a little portion of it. We started filming. I did a Facebook Live, and this is like part 6, because it keeps cutting off. I don't know if there's a time limit. Anyway, we got down here and got our rain gear and were able to document it. Like I say, this building 152 years old. I mean, it's sad. It's sad to see this building come down, and we hate that it had to, but it was 152 years old, and it was getting to be unsafe. And we really hate that it came down, but we don't want anybody getting hurt in the building, if they ever had any kind of incident, because buildings and signs can be replaced, but human lives can't. But at least this building has been documented through pictures over the years, and a lot of those pictures are at the Northwest Louisiana Archives at LSUS. And they're saved for history. So even though this building will be gone, the memory will live on in those pictures. And there's so many buildings downtown that we're hoping that the city starts to save, so they won't get to this condition. But I think the damage to this building was done years and years ago. Just the American Tower being built behind it, we heard that may have destabilized the foundation a little bit, and just, the building looks good until it's not, I guess. I'm not a construction engineer. We don't know anything about construction, but man, look at those bricks. Some people had asked about the bricks, what they're going to do with the bricks. I think they've already got a company that's going to get all those bricks, and we're going to see if we can snag a couple of them, see if they'll let us give us a couple of them, so we can have those for history purposes. We try to save as much history as we can. And if y'all want to see more pictures of this building from when back in the day, I know Mike was just showing some on Facebook Live here a little earlier, but when this video ends, if y'all go to Twin Blends, go to Facebook and search Twin Blends Dripp Donuts or Twin Blends Western Auto, and you'll be able to see all the things that was here over the years, what this building was. Oh, and to see the dust, that reminds me, I know it said this over and over, but the construction crew told us that it's kind of good that it's raining, because it keeps that dust under control, so it's not spread everywhere. And every time a wave of dust comes by, you can smell an old building. You ever been in an old building before? Me and Mike and I love going into old buildings, and we love that old smell, because that's the smell of history. And every time a dust cloud comes by, you can smell that. You can smell like an old building. Hey, 152 years, that's how old that building was. How sad that I'm saying was already. Hey, Beverly Bagby Martin, thanks for watching. Thanks everybody for watching. So I'm trying to read names as they come up, and trying to watch the video, making sure that I'm lined up good where y'all can get a good shot, get a good view of what's going on. Since I know y'all can't come down here in this rain, so we're able to get down here. Mike's got video and pictures. Hopefully we're documenting this enough to be used for future purposes. And it don't even look like the same building anymore. But y'all look at that old bricks. Can you see the facade? Look there in the middle. You see that white facade? Look at the bricks above it. Those are the bricks that are originally built there, 152 years old. Beverly, we love you too. Thanks for watching. Yeah, those bricks, that's the original bricks that were there. And the facade was put up sometime before Western Auto. We know that because you can see the facade, I think, on Western Auto, if my memory serves me correct. Maybe not, but anyway. But you can definitely see in the 1920s and 30s and the 1890 picture that we found at the LSU archive, you can see the original brick. So sometime in the recent past, they covered it up with the facade, and then you can see the cracks and the stress marks in the facade. So you know the bricks were probably in bad shape at that point also. There's the old Dripp Donut sign. I know some people ask why they couldn't have saved that sign, and we'll have to find out, but could be that it was too dangerous to get up on the side of the building and detach it, because as we all know, buildings can be replaced, signs can be replaced, but people can't. So it would have been nice, but hey, we'd rather have the people. I think Craig, I think it was probably some of the past owners from way back in the day, because I know the recent owners took care of the building. You know, Western Auto, Leased Photo, Dripp Donuts. It's probably way back in the day, and it just got to this point. I don't know the facade. I don't know why they put the facade up. I don't know if that hastened the deterioration or maybe hid the problems. I don't know, but they put the facade up for some reason. We'll have to find out why. Okay, we're back. Part 7. I guess there's a timer on the Facebook Live because it keeps cutting me off. I don't know if it's the rain or what. But anyway, the old Dripp Donuts building. We'll watch so zoomed in, but anyway, the rain is just playing havoc with my phone. Old Dripp Donuts building, corner of Texas Street and Market Street, downtown Shreveport. The old Dripp Donuts building being taken down. There you are again, Stacy. Hey, can you let me know if my video's okay and my sound's okay? This rain is just really doing a number on my phone. Stacy, can you hear me? Is the sound okay in the video? Oh, okay, great. Thank you. Sounds and looks great. Thank you, Stacy. Yep, we're going to try to stay here as long as we can. Facebook keeps cutting me off, and I don't know if there's a time limit on Facebook Live or it's the rain. But a while ago, it was messing up. It was muting, and I couldn't zoom and unzoom and all. And I finally went and got an umbrella over my phone, because my phone's probably just wet as could be. Oh, they brought that pallet. I think those pallets were brought in so they can lay stuff on it. Well, I don't think that pallet was there. Well, it could be. I don't know, I wasn't on the other side, mice got that. At least I got that in part of the building. Now, that supposedly has a basement. Our buddy Keith Kuiper, his family owned and run Dee's Photo at this location back in the day. And he said that there was a basement in this. He said that when Western Auto had the building before them, that they had to dig a basement to put their hydraulic jacks for the cars in. And he said that when they were building that American Tower back there, the workers nicked a sewage line, and yep, you guessed it, it filled up the basement with 3 foot of sewage. He said it took several hundred pounds of lime, I guess, to put in there and soak that up. Hey, are those part of the building, or is that something y'all brought in to put this stuff on? Those pallets. Oh, okay. I was thinking, okay, that's mats that they brought. Because I couldn't figure out where that would have come from. Y'all have a company coming in to get those bricks, right? Okay. We're going to see if we can snag a couple. I guess they're going to start hauling off, putting the debris on some of these pallets. Start hauling some off. And this rain is not letting up. It's been a steady drizzle all morning. And the construction crew was telling us, well, Chase, Allen, yeah, probably will be a parking lot, sadly. Who knows? Yeah, they were saying that the rain kind of actually helps them, because with the dust, it doesn't go everywhere. Y'all fixing to bring the dump trucks in?
We just got here for an emergency.
I got you. Let me know if I need to move. You never found the umbrella?
No.
You lost your umbrella? It probably blew away.
It's somewhere.
It's probably down around, what, Milam Street?
Maybe under the building. Who knows?
Yeah, those are pallets they brought in.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where them pallets come from.
Yeah. Yeah, the owner of Dripp Donuts, he asked me, he said, y'all twin blends? I said, yeah. He said, I want to talk to y'all before you leave. I'm like, sure enough.
You still on live?
Yes, sir. That's about part 7. They keep cutting off. I must be a time limit on Facebook Live. But now, a couple times it cut me off because it just all of a sudden muted itself. Yeah, he said they just got there and setting up. I thought they were going to bring some dump trucks in, but he said they were just getting there setting up everything. So, but,
That truck's probably going to be for a couple days. I'm going to go to the other side.
yeah, I'll just stay over here with Facebook Live because you really can't see anything from that side, can you?
Yeah, I got some good pictures.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll stay over here. If you get that over there on that side, we can cover it. Not really anybody down here. There's a few people earlier. There was a drone flying earlier. I wouldn't want to fly my drone in this, but probably got some good pictures. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize it was coming down this soon or this early. Probably figured the rain would postpone it. No such luck. Hey, Eric Kaiser. Thanks for watching. Andrew Graham, I see you. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to stay here live until the Facebook Live cuts me off, and then I'll start another one. This is like part 7. I don't know if Facebook has a time limit or if the weather's playing havoc with my phone. I keep getting cut off after probably 15, 20-minute segments. I don't know, maybe longer. But anyway, in case you just joined, downtown Shreveport, this rainy Sunday morning on the corner of Texas Street and Market Street. The old location, former location, I guess I have to say now, the former location of Dripp Donuts. It was deemed structurally unsafe a while back. So they're having to demolish the building. Sad. I think the Logan Mansion commented, they were watching the video and they commented it's like tears coming down over this building. And that sums it up perfectly, because it's very sad that this building has to be torn down after being here for 152 years. But, you know, 152 years is a long time for a building to be standing. But I know there's other parts of the country where buildings have stood a lot longer. But I don't know if years and years and years ago that it wasn't maintained. I don't know, but they put a facade over it, I know that. No, they didn't. Larry Rayford, no, they didn't get the sign down. We got video of it tearing it down. And the thing is, we wondered too, and we'll have to ask construction crew when we get a chance, but it was probably unsafe, too unsafe to have somebody that close to the building. I don't know. We're not construction experts, but the only thing we can figure, maybe it was unsafe. And as you know, buildings, the signs are important, but the lives are more important. So I don't know if it was a safety issue or not, but the signs back there in the heap are toward the back of the building. We got a video of it coming down. They tore it down. So I'm trying to balance my umbrella, a towel to wipe my phone, and the camera, a good picture all at once. So Shreveport Police Department's on the corner there doing a great job of directing traffic. The traffic lights are on. Okay, let's try it again. I got cut off again. I really think it may be the weather affecting my phone, but anyway, park. I think it's park 7 by now. Could be 8. I think it's 7. Anyway, Dripp Donuts building been taken down. Former Dripp Donut building being taken down, corner of Market Street and Texas Street, downtown Shreveport. This building, 152 years old. Just celebrated at the first of this year. I guess it's 152nd birthday. We found a newspaper article from, I think, April 30th, 1872, stating that they were erecting this building here. So sometime at the first of this year, or around April, whatever, but it was in the year 1872, so that's 152 years. Man, you can smell that, another whiff. Every time the wind blows by this way, you can smell the old building. You ever been in an old building and you can smell how old it is, the walls and the bricks? Mike and I love that smell because that's the smell of history. It just brings us back when you can smell that. And like I say, I get a whiff of that every time the wind blows this away. It's sad, but it's a reminder that that's history. A reminder of how old that building was. Can y'all hear me okay? Is the video okay? This is like my 7th Facebook Live on this. And I never know if I'm muted or the picture's not coming through. Looks like to me it is, but I don't know about the sound. Can y'all hear me okay? Tiffany Gibson, I see you're watching. Tiffany, can you hear me okay? Amy Trammell, thanks. Video is great. Thanks. Sound too. Thanks, Amy. Appreciate that. Never can tell. Tiffany, thanks. Video and picture is great. So, thanks. Never can tell with this Facebook, this phone. It's in the rain. I finally got an umbrella I put over it because, man, my phone was getting wet. I couldn't unzoom. I couldn't mute it. Unmute it. Sad day. If you want to see the history of this building, after this video feed is over, after we stop doing our live, you can go to Facebook and do a search for Twin Blends Dripp Donuts with 2 P's or Twin Blends Western Auto, and it will show all the pictures that we found of this location. Our earliest, well, let me start off. Of course, we have pictures of when it was Dripp Donuts. Mike and I would come in here and eat donuts and drink coffee. And then it was Dee's Photo. Well, it sat vacant for a long time, I think. It was Dee's Photo here. Heath Kuiper and his family owned Dee's Photo. Before that, it was Western Auto. And it was different things over the years, but it originally started off as Jules Dreyfuss Wholesale. And that was in 1872. We have a picture from 1890 of the building, but newspaper articles that's from 1872 that say that this building was being erected. Yeah, Amy Trammell, yeah, that old building smell, because you can smell that, man. I mean, every once in a while the wind will blow this way and you can smell that old building. And it's hard to describe, but you know it when you smell it. I remember going through the Birdcage Theater in Tombstone, Arizona one time, and it had the original wallpaper from back in the Wide Earth days. And that whole building smelled so old, but it was amazing, like you were stepping back in time. Yeah, Tiffany, the building, hold on, the building was deemed structurally unsound. There was a huge crack in the back of the building, and if you look on we made Facebook posts with pictures and video. On the side, you can see the facade had stress cracks in it, and that was just the facade. You can imagine what the bricks look like underneath. But yeah, it was structurally unsafe. Yeah, I wish it could have been saved, but probably at this point, it's probably been in bad shape for so long, and we don't blame Dripp Donuts or Dee's Photo or Western Auto. I think the damage was done years and years ago, and it was just a matter of time. But that's why me and Mike, the twin blends, we try to fight to have these old buildings saved before they get to the point where they can't be saved. You know, we're thankful for William O'Brien and his associates that saved Cooper's Corner and renovated that. I mean, even right here, the standard 509 apartments, that building's been there. Gosh, I wish Mike was here. Like 1911, I'm not sure. I may be getting that with the Slattery. I don't know, Michael knows, but that building's been here forever. And then, of course, the old Sears building down the street, it's the Lofts at 524, I believe. I may be butchering these addresses. Mike knows about all this stuff. But anyway, the Lofts are beautiful apartments now. The old Sears building, the old Feebleman building. Yep. But yeah, that's why on Twin Blends we try to document all the city's history, because it's so fascinating. And like I say, we knew this building was old, but we had no idea that it was 152 years old until we got to researching it. I don't think anybody knew it was that old. There's that smell again, that old smell. Tiffany Gibson, I absolutely love your page. I'm right here in the stand. Oh, really? Where are you at? Let me see. Are you? Can you see me? I'm looking up. Let's see. Oh wait, what are you saying? I'm right here in the standard looking. Thanks. Where are you at? Wave at me. I can't see. Tiffany, I hope you're taking really good pictures for us. I don't know why I'm showing myself. Thank you, Margie. Yeah, you see Tiffany. Yeah, you see me, but where are you at? You gotta wave. What floor? Well, never mind. We don't want to give all that information. So, anyway, as long as you can see me and see what's going on, I hope you're getting really good pictures to give to us. You have a great vantage point, probably. That is too funny. I do see someone looking. I don't know if that's you. See someone's hand. Wonder where Colby is. Colby, where are you at? Where are you and your wife at? Y'all are usually down here for this. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the old Dripp Donuts building. The old Dripp Donuts building that was, I hate to say that now, was at the corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. The old Dripp Donuts. Did that answer your question, Francis? And you can do after this video is over, do a Facebook
do a search on Facebook for Twin Blends Dripp Donuts and Twin Blends Western Auto, and you'll be able to see all the pictures that we have of this building that we found at the we found at the LSUS archives at LSUS. They've been just gracious to let us go in there and access all their old photos. They have saved so much history through photography. Thanks for all the photographers of the past, like Thurman C. Smith, Jack Barham, Bill and Birch Graybill, who actually, that mural over there is a picture of theirs that they took looking up Texas Street, looking up that, looking up that away, and I forget what year, and Mike ain't here, he knows all that, but anyway, but that's the building. I hope that answers your question. But yeah, do a search, Twin Blends Dripp Donuts and Twin Blends Western Auto, and you'll be able to see all the pictures that we found at the LSUS archives and in the Thurman C. Smith collection, Jack Barham collection, all the collections over the years. Thank you all these photographers who've done that. We've taken pictures and they've saved history, because you can read about stuff all you want, but to actually see a picture and see where things were, it's just priceless. It's absolutely priceless. That's why we try to do our part by documenting what's here now, because one day a lot of these buildings may not be here, just like Dripp Donuts. We came to this Dripp Donuts and we had to get coffee and donuts, and we took a lot of pictures because we knew one day it would probably not be here, and we didn't realize how soon that would be, though. Those are 152-year-old bricks and boards. Brianne, the building was deemed structurally unsafe. If you'll go after this video and look up Twin Blends Dripp Donuts, you can see the crack in the back of the building that went from the top to the floor, and all the stress cracks on the side of the building. And those big wooden, if you're wondering what those big wooden sheets are, that's not part of the building. That's some like pallets, or I forgot what he called them, but they brought them in. I guess they're going to lay all the bricks and the rubble on those, and it makes it easier to handle. Of course, that was kind of fragile. And like I say, I don't want to seem like I'm happy, because I'm not. This is a very, very sad day for the city of Shreveport and for the people of Shreveport in history. This building had to come down, 152 years old. But I am happy that we were able to get here and document it, because I know I've repeated this probably 100 times, but Mike and I were up at Lake Wright-Patman State Park with my dad and my sister and her family camping. And we planned on coming back today because we knew they were going to demolish it today. Didn't know what time, but we knew the rain was coming. So what we did was we packed up our tent 3:30 this morning. Got up, put the tent down, packed up, and headed out before the rain hit, because we didn't want to be putting the tent up in the rain. So it was a good thing we did, because when we got almost to Shreveport, our friend, policeman, Shreveport Police Department, our friend of ours, Keith Cobb, called us and told us that they were starting at 6:30. So that gave us barely time to get home, get our rain gear, and come back. We had our cameras ready, but we thought, man, we're going to need rain gear and some other stuff. So we brought that, and we got here just in time. So we're kind of excited about getting here to document this. Mike got his camera set up. He's taking pictures and video, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to just do a Facebook Live, let everybody see it, since they probably can't come down here. And there hasn't been any. There was a guy earlier flying a drone for a little bit, but I think the rain got him. And there was maybe one other person, but there really hasn't been anybody down here filming. So we're glad that we come down here and got this. Now I take that back. There was a couple people filming, so they probably got good video. And the drone guy probably got some good video. But I don't think he can keep his drone up for more than 3 minutes at a time. This rain has placed havoc on a drone. That's why we wasn't able to get ours up. Plus, we wanted to get ground video and stuff and concentrate on that.
Hey, Cindy Adams, this building was the old Dripp Donuts building at the corner of Market Street and Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. It was Dripp Donuts. Before that, it was Dee's Photo. And it was various things over the years. It was Western Auto at one time, but it started off as the Dreyfuss Wholesale in 1872. So that building was 152 years old. When this Facebook Live is over with, go to Facebook and search Twin Blends Dripp Donuts or Twin Blends Western Auto, and you'll see all the pictures over the years that we found at the Northwest Louisiana Archives at LSUS, and through like the Thurman C. Smith collection, Jack Barham collection, and all that. You'll see all the pictures that we found and posted with the archives approval. It looks like they're taking a break for a second, and I'm going to show y'all this mural here. This is the standard 509 building right there. That's been there for years. And this mural that's on the side of that, on the parking garage side, the left side, that mural was taken by Birch and Bill Graybill. And forgive me, Mike's not here, but I'm thinking it's early 1900s. 1911 maybe. Mike would know exactly. He knows all that stuff. But it's hard for me to point, but if you could see right up here somewhere, you see that? I think that's the Dripp Donut building. The building that demolishes that one wait, that's hard to do. Anyway, why is my finger? Okay, right there, those 4 windows, that's the Dripp Donut building, and they looked, and that year they stood out here in the road, and that would be the same view right there. And as you can see, that's where that building was, the Dripp Donut building. So anyway, I think they've taken a break. Man. I'm going to end the Facebook Live. If they start back up, I'll start another one.